In this video, we're going to go over another type of two-way table and probability, and this is the third example that you will be given. So, a survey was given out at an ice cream shop to 120 customers. It asked them to choose their favorite flavor between vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, as well as if they prefer a cup, cone, or waffle bowl. The following table was partly completed from the survey. Use the given information to fill out the rest of the table. So, this is going to be similar to possibly something that you are going to have. You're going to be given some information, but not all of it, which means that we have to kind of problem solve our way through. So, as we go through this, I want to remind you that when we are looking at this, this is a type of two-way table similar to the previous examples. It's just a little more complicated. I want to point out that not only do we have the titles of what we're dealing with, the ice cream and the type of ice cream holder, but I also have a column for totals and a row for totals. So everything should add up to 120 since we have 120 customers. So first thing I want to do is fill in our blanks. So the easiest way to do this is let's see what information I have. I know that this adds to 120. So that means that these three right here must add to 120. So I'm going to start with this here. If I know that I have 37 and 42 and I add those together, I get 79. And then I'm going to subtract that from my 120 total, and I find that I get 41. So here I have 41. I'm going to do a very similar pattern across this. So I want to find where I can fill in the gaps as much as possible. So notice that it would be really hard for me to fill in these two right now because I don't have enough information. If I'm looking at it in this row, same with this row, but for some of these, it might be easier. So this column is right now not going to be helpful. And this column right now is not going to be helpful. So we have a few options. You can see that I have more information in this row and this row and this column. So we should probably try starting there. So for here, I have 46 plus something plus 28. That equals 120. So remember, all of these added together equal 120. So 46 plus 28 gets us 74. And I'm going to do 120 minus 74, which will get us 46. So this is 46. I'm going to go to the one above that now, and I'm going to see that I have 11 plus 10, which gets us 42. So notice this is our total. How many total waffle bowls were sold? 42. 11 of them were vanilla, 10 of them were strawberry. I want to know how many were chocolate. So for this one, I'm going to do 11 plus 10 is 21. And I'm going to subtract that from 42 since I'm looking at this row. So 42 minus 21 is equal to 21. So I'm going to write 21 right here. So as we go, we're going to continue this process. So the next one I would pick is probably this one here. I want to find this cone option for this vanilla column. So if I'm looking here, I know I have 17 plus 11, which is equal to 28. And I'm going to subtract that from 46. So that should get me 18. So I'm going to write 18 in this space. So now notice I have more information. I can now fill out this column given what I have, and I can also fill out this row given what I have. So let's fill out this column. I have 12 plus 21, which is 33. And my total is 46. So I want this to add to 46. So 46 minus 33 gets us 13. So I'm going to write 13 here. So then I can move on to the next one. So I can pick either one of these, and I'm going to use the rows instead of column for this because the column doesn't really help me. So from there, I have 17 plus 13 for this one. So let's fill out this one right here. 17 plus 13 gets me 30. I have 41 total in this row. So 41 minus 30 is 11. 11 goes here. And again, for this one right here, we have 11 plus 10, which is 21. And there are 28 total. So I have 28 minus 21, which is 7. So 7 goes here. So now that we've filled out the table, I can use this information to figure out what the probability is. Every probability is going to be based off of our total amount right now. So we have 120. So let's take a look. I want to find the probability that something that a customer bought strawberry. So if I'm only looking at strawberry, there were 28 total strawberries sold out of the 120. So I have 28 out of 120. If the problem asks you to simplify it, make sure you follow the directions and simplify it. If it asks you to write it as a decimal and round to a certain point or provide a percent, make sure you follow those directions. For now, we're just leaving it as it is. So the next one we have is probability of chocolate and a cup. So if it's chocolate in a cup, it's 13 out of the 120. And now I'm going to do the same. What about chocolate and not a cup? Well, the ones that are not a cup in the chocolate column are 12 plus 21. So we have to add the ones that are not a cup together out of the 120. And we'll find that we get 33 out of 120. Lastly, we have the probability of vanilla and a waffle bowl. So I'm going to go to vanilla, waffle bowl, that's 11. So we have 11 out of 120. So if I want to analyze this a little bit further, which appears to be the most popular flavor? So I'm going to look at this column right here that has all the totals and compare. Well, it seems like vanilla and chocolate were tied. So I'm going to say vanilla and chocolate are tied. And then, which is the most popular ice cream holder? Well, if I take a look at my row, we can see that it was really close. 41 people bought ice cream in a cup versus 42 were in a waffle bowl. So it seems like the waffle bowl was the winner. So waffle bowl was most popular.